Welcome guys, Crypto FUD. Going to talk about two gems, two small cap coins that we've spoke about previously in another video. If you haven't already watched it, make sure you guys go back, check it out. Just going to be a quick update. So first things first, CroKing. CroKing. So it looks like nothing crazy. We had a nice little run up. And then looks like we're kind of just doing this kind of like a little wave thing where, you know, we have obviously we have a lot of buyers, and then we'll have a couple big sellers, and then the buyers will come right back. And it looks like we have kind of like a little staircase going. Nothing crazy. Not going to sit here and focus too much time, but I will say with CroKing, this coin, if you believe in the Cronos network, Crypto.com ecosystem, you definitely want to have some CroKing in your bag. This is a long-term play. I've already said this, and that's why I said check out the video before. Until Bitcoin and the big cap coins start moving up and money starts flowing into those coins, money will overflow and come into the DeFi. And coins like this, like CroKing, that were superior in the Cronos network when everything was up and running, will be back up. My opinion, obviously. We can look here and see CroKing market cap $250,000. I don't have to say anything. That's just, you know, it's pennies basically for a coin, for a token. So it doesn't take much for this to really go down. It doesn't take much for this thing to shoot up past the moon. And I do believe that eventually this coin will make its way up to the moon. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in the next year or two we see something where CroKing is actually on the Crypto.com platform. Again, remember, to buy CroKing, you have to go on to your DeFi and you have to swap the Cronos native token, and you have to swap that over to CroKing. In order for you to do that, what I'm getting into is you would have to get into your DeFi and go into MMF. MMF is a swap, an awesome swap. Awesome dev team behind it. A lot of coins will actually have their launch off of MMF. So definitely want to focus on or check out MMF. This is another coin that I was actually going to speak of, because when I speak of CroKing, I always speak of MMF as well. MMF was and still is one of the top coins on Cronos DeFi ecosystem. Market cap about 5 million, so obviously a lot bigger than CroKing, but this is still pennies compared to what it was and what it's going to be. Lately, I feel like with MMF, it's just a stable coin. It's just literally at like a penny. It'll sometimes spike up a little bit, and sometimes it'll go down to like lower, you know, a lower 0.010, you know, whatever the case may be. Basically, it's been staying in a channel of around 5 to 10%. But with these 5 or 10% gains, honestly, unless you're playing with a lot of money, it really doesn't matter. It really shouldn't matter right now, because these plays with MMF and with CroKing should be long term. Right now, you should just be accumulating, not financial advice, but you should be just dollar cost averaging in. When you see a small dip, 10% dip, that means that's 10% more coins for your buck that you're going to get. And that's what you should be looking at. Me personally, I don't look to, even though I do own a lot of MMF, I don't look to sell when it jumps up these 10%. I just hold off on my dollar cost averaging until it does another, you know, until it's because it's been doing these little waves, but it's been staying in a channel of a little over a penny, you know. I think when you look at the long term, and if and when this coin gets up over $1, if you bought in at 0.01032 at what it's at right now, or if you bought in at 0.00995, which is a little bit under a penny, I really don't think it's going to matter. You know, if you're holding on to 100,000, 200,000 tokens. If you understand what I'm saying. At that point, it really is not going to matter if you bought in at a hair under a penny or if you bought in a hair over a penny. It's all minute. It's all small, because in the long term, you're going to have a lot of money in your bag. So again, CroKing, nothing crazy. We saw it did shoot up. It was up towards about, if you can see right here, it got up to, I believe that's 9039. It did have a relief, a drop down to about to about 90268, which was about a 10 or 15% drop. But then it actually did come up another 10% from that loss. All this stuff really shouldn't matter. Like I keep saying, with these small cap coins, you want to just be DCAing. We'll get into it real quick with CroKing and with MMF, but with CroKing, they have really cool rewards. So with CroKing, when the volume is going up, when there's a good amount of volume, basically what happens is as long as you hold on to CroKing, you're going to accumulate wrapped CRO. Wrapped CRO, WCRO, is the same thing as CRO. You can convert it, swap it right over in your DeFi wallet to CRO, or you can swap it over to anything you like. You can use it for anything. It's the exact same thing. They just put the wrap on there so it's easier for them to. That's how they're able to give you part of their staking. Whenever volume does go up, you will see, if you're holding on to a nice bag, you'll definitely see some nice CRO gains in your DeFi wallet. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just hold on to your CRK, your CroKing, and they do the work for you. They'll literally deposit CRO I think it's every day. Sometimes it's like every other day. It's based on volume. So some days you'll see like a nice, you'll see a nice jump up in your CRO. And then some days nothing much will happen, and it, like I keep saying, it's all based on volume. So right now you want to get it while it's good, get it while it's down, not financial advice, because when everything starts jumping back up and this market cap's up 1 million, 2 million, it's been up to 17 million already. That was when it first jumped. When it first released, it was down, where it's at, and it jumped up and did acrobats and went up thousands of percent. And the volume was so crazy, and me particularly, I was getting like, this is when CRO, I've already said the story before, CRO was like at like, I don't remember exactly, but I want to say it was over 20 cents, and I was getting like 150 CRO a day. You do the math, nothing crazy, but I was getting like $20-$30 a day just in CRO. And then it started to subside a little bit, and I was getting like $20-$30 a month and CRO, which is still crazy, especially for the investment that I put in. I already was seeing a return on investment just in the CRO alone that I was receiving. So definitely that's a beneficial factor for people to just hold on to CroKing for the long run. The dev team, I do run a Facebook CroKing, official CroKing on Facebook page for a group, a bunch of awesome people in there. No scammers, and right now there's not too much talk, but there is still people that we any questions or anything like that, we're here to help out. But I do have a couple friends that are close with the dev team, and these people are awesome. They still are very in tune with this coin. They know that right now it's just almost like it's just a survival. We just got to make sure we survive for this next bull run. And then we're going to see some crazy things happening. But they still are doing stuff. They have the NFTs. They have another sister coin, CroQueen, that if you actually buy CroQueen, I believe you have the option. I believe you get either in your DeFi wallet for holding CroQueen, you're going to get CroKing or Wrapped CRO. Don't quote me on it. You can look it up. If you look it up on their CroKing page, they explain it all. You can stake your CroKing actually, but I believe if you stake your CroKing, you're not going to be getting your wrapped rewards. So that's something you want to kind of figure out what's more beneficial for yourself. NFTs, You can stake your NFTs, which is really cool. I have a couple NFTs that I have staked in there, and you basically just every day you're accumulating CroKing. And then remember, your CroKing is accumulating wrapped crow. So it's pretty cool. They have a good concept going. They're surviving. They have I see this right here. They put out on Twitter, one lucky holder won an unopened CroKing NFT mystery box yesterday. To qualify, you just need to own 100 billion of both CroKing and CroQueen in your wallet is entered. Join them on their Discord. Make sure you guys check us out on Facebook, official CroKing. Definitely any questions on there get answered immediately, that day. We also have a big chat that's part of that group that, all the guys are in there, and we don't just particularly talk about CroKing. We also talk about other stuff that are in the Cronos network. So, but we're big on CroKing. Shout outs to the devs. Shout out to everybody that's on there. Definitely check it out. MMF. Same thing with MMF. I'm very bullish on MMF. Just dollar cost averaging in. On their on MMF, when you go into the swap, they have the option where you can stake. You can either do pools where it's Cro and MMF, and you're going to get a nice return back, or you can just stake strictly your MMF for, I believe, a 40% APR, APY, I believe. It's nothing crazy. Obviously, you don't those projects that come out and they have like a million APY, APR. They usually won't last because people are getting, and they're giving you back the same coin. They're getting back so much in return, so the sell pressure is so much. On MMF, they're not doing that, so it's a slow process, but you'll slowly collect MMF. MMF at a time was at $1.80. So think about that. If you're getting in right now at a penny, you could be making a move that could change your life, depending on how much you put in. So, definitely do your own research. I definitely will have some more videos following up. Again, CroKing, MMF, and the Cronos network. Remember, CroKing can only be purchased through your DeFi wallet. Going into MMF swap, have to connect your wallet, and then from there on, you're gonna as long as you have already purchased, what I normally do is I'll purchase Cro on the Crypto.com app, send it over to my DeFi wallet, which it takes about 30 seconds. They charge you like a 0.2 of a Cro as a fee. That's why Cronos is awesome. It's like, if you do the math, it's like literally 2 cents to do the transfer over to your DeFi. Connect your DeFi. Once you have your Cro into the DeFi wallet, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna swap your coins from your Cro over to the CroKing. So, and another thing too is you can also swap your Cro, and that's how you're gonna purchase MMF. MMF particularly can be bought on MMF Swap, and you can buy MMF on Crypto.com, the actual platform. That's what's awesome about MMF, is it's already on the platform, so you can buy it straight on there, and you can actually just buy it on there and then swap it or send it over to your DeFi, and that's how you're going to stake it on MMF's platform. Again, the fee is so minute, it's like a few cents just to send it over. Usually, as long as the network's not congested, it takes less than a minute. So there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll have another video coming out later in regards to like Bitcoin and the bigger cap coins, to see what's going on, because you always want to make sure you're monitoring those coins so we know exactly what's going on in the market. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend.